Folks, today I'm going to talk to you about the relationship between you, the God, whatever it is, and the religion. This is an extremely important video, so please listen to what I'm talking carefully. First, almost every religion says that God is something undescribable, unknown, nameless, and so on. But you all know that almost every religion says, religious books at least says, this is the name of that unknown God, unknown universal God. For example, in the Hindu tradition, people say Shiva, Vishnu, Brahman, Parabrahman, and so on. In Islam, they say Allah is the name of the unknown God. Same thing is true with other religion also. Christian religion has their own name for God, and Jews also has a different name. The question is, how can human beings who created these religions, for example, various rishis in Hindu tradition and prophets and messengers in Western religion, how can they know for sure that this is the name of God? If you think independent of any religions, you will understand that doesn't seem alright. The same way, every religion says almost that God is something undescribable, everlasting, infinite. But every religion says, my religious book describes, and only my religious book describes clearly what that God is, descriptionless God is. It doesn't make sense if we think independent of other religions. Not only that, some of the religions say that this is how people should live. Those religions were created long, long time back. Those books says this is how people should live. This is the relationship between man and woman. This is how you should worship God, and so on, so on. You all know that million years back in the Stone Age, people lived one way. Now, human beings are living in totally different way. Now, another 30, 40, 50 years or 100 years later, people will be totally different. How can a religion written by some people at some point in time clearly say this is how people should behave? People should get married, how women should be treated, and so on. For example, there is a new kind of human being called transgenders. It's a fact. They're also human beings. It's a medical fact that those people in their mind, though their body says they belong to one type, that is man or woman, but their mind says differently. This is how the evolution has produced such people. They are also human beings. If you quote your religious book saying that there should be only two kinds, man and woman, everybody else should be slaughtered, they are bad people, criminals, and they should not be given or treated like other human beings. Doesn't seem all right if you think seriously, isn't it? Independent of your religious book. So, bottom line of my first point is that no religion can say for sure that this is the name of the unknown God and this is the description of unknown God, and this is how the evolving people should live. My second point is, suppose you want to go from one place to another place. In the beginning you consult map or Google or ask people and find out the way to go from one place to another place. And your mind, your brain stores that information. So that next time when you travel from the same place to another the same place, you don't have to ask other people, consult the map. You can just in general drive much more efficiently. This is the kind of use for which the evolution has created the mind, so that you can invent new things and make your life more interesting, pleasurable, enjoyable, and so on, like cell phone, internet. But people use the same mind, the same brain for different things also. For example, they read the religious books, they listen to the religious leaders, and invariably, generation after generation, when they hear this, they tend to think, because their mind stores the value system, the belief system of a religion, the preachers, and so on. They think that their religion is the right one for all human beings. Similarly, people of another religion think the same way. Each one of them, each one of the religious groups has created some kind of wall, some kind of nest or prison around them by their thoughts, by the storage of the information about their religion, attachment to the religion, and so on. They have created this kind of nest, wall, or prison around them. When they look from one prison belonging to one religious group, people and the other religious group, the other nest wall prison appear to be hostile sometimes, different. They fight with each other. They feel that one group feels that the other group is threatening them, so they go and kill, destroy, cause havoc among humanity, human people. It is not only true with the prison of religion, the nest of religion, but also nest of the country. Through their attachment to the country, every country people, every people belonging to almost every country think that their country, their people versus the other country people. Sometimes one country people think that other country people are threats, and before the other people invade and kill my country, I should go and bomb the other country and kill them, destroy them. This is again the prison of, or the nest or the wall based on the country concept, dividing people based on the country in which they are born. They say, my country belongs to only my people. Same thing about their attachment to the language. For example, in India, people living in different states think that the culture, the ancestors, the past of people belonging to their language is superior compared to the other one. They are more cultured compared to the other one. Their language has been there for a long, long, long time before the other language was even created. They think that their language is superior. People talking that their language is more intelligent, more cultured, and so on. I'm sure that many of you living in India will remember that some time back, people of one state, though they are all belonging to the same country called India, people belonging to one state drove away the people belonging to another state speaking in a different language. They killed them and so on. This is another prison based on the separation of, or the separation based on language. Same thing is true with the caste system in India. And in America, for example, people live, though they are in the same country, people with one kind of skin color think that they are different from people having a different color of the skin, and they have built a nest wall or prison around each group having the same color, and they think that the other group is a threat to their group and they want to destroy the other group. All these things are the result of using the mind, the brain, to store information and so-called greatness of each division like language, country, culture, religion, etc., and using that remembrance in their mind to create nest, wall, prison around them. If you think independently, you will realize this. And the third point I want to talk to you today is about the relationship between God, whatever it is, and you. Most of the religions says this is the relation between you and God. That's what you should think. That's what you should remember in your day-to-day life. But again, God is something undescribable. How can a religious book written at one point in time by human beings can define the relationship between human beings who are changing continuously due to evolution and also the God which is unknown? The relationship between each human being and the God, the unknown God, is private, individual. It cannot be organized. That's what I clearly said when I described my spiritual experiences about the world of God. That is my experience. That's what I found out. That's how I freed myself from the all prisons that I've been talking about. And no one else can understand this. I told clearly, don't use my experience to create another prison around you and compare that with another religion or whatever. The relationship between you and God is private. When you come out of all these prisons I have been talking so far, you will be like a bird flying freely. You can ask, you can approach God in your own way, just like I did. I rejected all the prisons imposed by several religious books, and I asked God, challenged God in fact, to tell me what God is all about directly. You will find your own way to find out the relation between you and the undescribable one, the eternal unknown. That's my third point. The relationship between you and God, unknown God, is private. It cannot be organized. It cannot be dictated by a religious book written some point in time. That's what J. Krishnamurti has been talking almost for 50, 60 years. Not many people understood what he was saying. Many people thought that he is an atheist. He was not an atheist. He often mentioned in his talk that is something immeasurable, something joyful, which comes out automatically when you come out of all the prison of your mind, and so on. An atheist says there is nothing like God because they don't know about it. That is the usual status of an atheist. That's how they think. But a real scientist A scientific mind says, if they don't know something, they say openly, I don't know. Could be true or it may not be true. I have to find out. That is the right way to discover new things. The relationship between you and the unknown, eternally unknown God. So these are the three things that I want to talk to you folks. Number one, no religious book, no religion can say that their books totally, completely describe the descriptionless, eternally unknown, universal God. Number two, people are using their mind to create walls, nests, prison, using various kinds of divisions like country, language, color of the skin, religion, etc. Third point is the relationship between you and the eternal unknown God is private, individualistic. You have to discover that in your own way. That's what I want to communicate to you folks. I'll talk to you soon on another important topic.